So we talked about algorithms, and here is the rest of the training configuration. Resource configuration is pretty self-explanatory. Choosing between the available instance types, the number of instances, and the additional volumes per instance as EBS attached volumes. Encryption key, optionally, to encrypt that EBS volume. The stopping conditions based in seconds, minutes, hours, and days. And here is the input data configuration. Input data configuration is where you tell SageMaker about where you get the training, validation, and test data sets and feed them to the algorithm. Here we define a name, the channel name. Here's the content type, which is basically the MIME type of the data. Compression type is for situations where you're using pipe mode in feeding the data to your algorithm. And a record wrapper. If you're not familiar with record I/O, it's a data format created by Apache MXNet, which works best with machine learning and deep learning. It is much smaller in size, much faster in read time, and it allows you to pack the data in a parallel setup. In general, using a data format like record I/O will speed up your training compared to the raw file types like JPEG, for example. Here in this configuration, SageMaker can wrap your data in record I/O format if the data is in its raw format, but your model requires record I/O. Here is where you define for SageMaker where to find the objects in an S3 bucket, either in a manifest file or in a under a typical key name. The distribution type is for situations where you are using more than one machine for training. Here it says either a full copy of data to be replicated on every host, or it to be split into n segments, where n is the number of machines in the training cluster. You can create up to 8 of these data channels. In the output data configuration, here is where you define the destination for the model to be saved after a successful training job, and optionally encryption settings.